This Texas teen Karmelo Anthony showing the moments Anthony was taken into custody after stabbing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf.
Chanley Painter joins us with more details on this very tragic situation. Chanley.
Hey guys, it really is. The judge saying he wanted to provide transparency by releasing the trial evidence, including video and photos, showing the moments both before and after Karmelo Anthony fatally stabbed Austin Metcalf with a knife last year during a high school track meet in Frisco, Texas. This body camera video shows Anthony moments after he was taken into custody. Both he and Metcalf were 17 years old at the time. Anthony claimed he stabbed Metcalf in self-defense. Here's audio of him giving his side of the story.
The alleged suspect. Okay. He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
This photo of the Ozark Trail multi-tool knife that prosecutors say Anthony used to fatally stab Metcalf is part of the trial exhibits that jurors saw during the murder trial. And audio from the 911 calls to police following the deadly stabbing were also made public. Listen.
Frisco 911, what is the location of the emergency?
Hi, we're at Kuykendall Stadium. My friend just got stabbed.
Okay, do you know who stabbed him?
We have no clue. He was sitting in our tent, but you need to send an ambulance right now.
They're on the way, okay? Give me a description of the person that stabbed him.
He was wearing a gray Essentials hoodie.
And this surveillance video shows Anthony fleeing the tent where he stabbed Metcalf. A jury found the now 19-year-old guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced him to 35 years in prison. The judge saying, quote, I understood the public's desire to know what happened in the courtroom. The overwhelming focus on my ruling regarding the media in courtroom was to protect the process.
So here we go again. So I know this is a very controversial and very emotional case, but I just have some questions, right? So people look at the initial reaction. If I stab someone in self-defense, why am I running? I guess that's the first thing that comes to the eye. So if I'm in an altercation with someone and someone did something to me, right? They did something to me and they start hitting me or punching me and I pulled out my knife and stabbed them. Number one, I'm going to feel bad because I did that. So I'm going to try to render aid, or I'm going to be on the phone with the police. I'm going to say, hey man, this situation just happened. You know, I stabbed them. Unfortunately, look, I'm right now trying to do CP. I'm trying to do, chest compressions, trying to do CPR, trying to do something to try to stabilize them, and make sure they're okay. That's what I'm going to do. And I think that that's the normal reaction of people who are innocent, right? So on the left side, the pro-black side, the Black Lives Matter side, they're looking at it like, oh my gosh, this is another black man caught up in the system. These racist white people, this, and racist white people that, just the normal tropes, so on and so forth. But I don't think that's really the case. We don't really know what really happened. We don't know. Nobody knows the dynamic between the two people, right? No one really knows exactly all the details of what the true dynamic was as far as like their relationship. Could they have been using racial slurs? Could they have been provoking him? It's a possibility. But like I said, we don't know. We don't know. And that's the thing that hurts the case in that aspect. Nobody knows that element. Like if you're in a bully behind closed doors, if y'all are trading barbs back and forth, you bully him sometime, he bullies you sometime, and all this and all that. No one really knows what's really going on. So it's hard to kind of have that element. But what we do know is, and all we can go by is what happened. We saw Karmelo running from the scene. He was not trying to render aid. He was not doing any of that. And majority rules, right? Like people are going to look at that as a sign of guilt, because why are you running? Why are you trying to leave the scene? Because when I first saw the evidence, like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not one of those type of black people that's going to say, hey, just because he's black, he is innocent and these people are racist. I don't think like that. I like to look at all of the evidence. I don't like to jump to these emotional conclusions because I want to know based on what I saw what happened. Now, are there some stereotypes and biases that go on? Heck yeah. Are there do the jurors, do they see things on YouTube and Instagram where they see blacks waving guns and being hyper violent? Yes, so that does play a part in it because when you're a part of a group of people who have a tendency to commit violence, then it's going to be hard to defend that public perception of not only who you are but the racial group you're in. And when you look at all these drill rap and all these rappers, promoting all these violence, and you have young black men who listen to violence and violent music, that plays a part in it whether you like it or not. It still plays a part in it. That's why us as black men, we have to hold ourselves accountable to the music we listen to and a lot of these rappers and things like that, because when things like this happen, that gets brought up. Black people are violent, black people are gang members, black people are this, they all those stereotypes follow us. So when you have cases that reach these national headlines, guess what, those things follow us as well, because guess what, we allow them to happen. So then when a young black man needs to be defended or needs the benefit of the doubt in some way, he doesn't get there. Why? Because what do black see most black men doing, or what are they paying attention to? Do all young black men act like that? No. But what are a lot of black men doing? They're running around on these music videos. You can just type in drill rap in YouTube and you see just hundreds and hundreds of videos of black men from all the way from Los Angeles, California, up to Chicago, down to Houston, all the way to Miami, up to New York, Baltimore, and they just waving guns. They got their pictures in the face. They sit up here waving guns all in the air, acting all crazy. People see that, and a lot of people are entertained by it. But then when something real happens, that's what people, that's what's ingrained in their memory. And then the fact that he's not going to get the benefit of the doubt because people look at it as like, hey, this young white man had potential. This young black man probably doesn't have any potential. That's not always the case, but that's how people see it. That's how people view it. So that's why he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. And I'm just being an honest black guy here. That's how people look at it. So I don't know why people in the black community, and you got BLM, Black Lives Matter, hopping out, and everybody's trying to cause all this stuff, and then you got this um race hustler Ben Crump, and I'll show you his and this is just crazy that this is even the case, is that you have these race hustlers that are always trying to hustle race, right? They're always trying to hustle, the race element. They're always trying to hustle it. And when you have people that are always trying to hustle the race element, um, that's pretty much what you're gonna get. You're gonna get people that's coming out of the woodworks that's going to be trying to host a race. Let me show you this guy right here. So this guy, he doesn't care about anybody, right? Let me add this. This guy doesn't care about anybody, right? And it's plain to see he doesn't care about black people. Look, this guy is a certified race hustler. You got hundreds and hundreds of black people who kill themselves on a weekly basis in Memphis, Chicago, Miami, Detroit, all these predominantly black cities. He never comes out and protests at all. Soon as a white person does anything, he's the first one on the scene. He's the first one on the scene. I mean, this dude got to be flying commercial. A private aircraft carrier. Something, because he's always on the scene. And then look, wrongful death. It's all black people because he's trying to get money out of people. That's all he is. Look, I retire you in his rhythm was awarded all this money. I mean, he all he does is just pump the race card. That's literally all he does. And look, get my case reviewed. So if you dial this number and you submit the case, unless the case makes headlines and it gets a certain amount of views, he's not going to take your case. Like if you stay in a small city and there's not a lot of headlines around the case, he's not going to come. When the case involving a black person that's making headlines, that's very controversial, he's going to be the first one on the scene. Even if you don't have any money, he's going to make money off of the case because he knows it has the probability to make headlines. All he is a race hustler. That's all he is. He just hustle race. When it says get my free case review, I had a person to call in there one day, right? And that's literally what happened. If you can't generate headlines on the case, he doesn't care about your case at all. All he cares about is the headlines that it's going to make, and it's based on race. You call in that number and say, "Hey, man, I'm a black man." I mean, of course, it's not going to be a news story around it, but he's not going to take your case unless that's what it is. That's the only way he's going to take it. And it's just sad that we as a people have people like this running around, and you got people trying to hustle race when we need to do better as a people. What Carmelo should have done was he should have, contacted, if they, let's just say the guys were racially um attacking him, right, verbally. He should have called, he should have got with the coaches, he should have got with the track coaches, he should have got, he should have went through the proper channels and taken medicine into his own hands, because you got to understand that when you're a black man, you can't do stuff like that. You attack a white person with a knife or something like that, especially you're a young black teen, you're gonna get convicted, man. You're gonna, unless you have them on camera like racially attacking you or something like that, and you have a clear sign of self-defense. Even that may not even work, but you can't think you're gonna possibly get away with that. When they saw you running on camera, that's a dead giveaway. No matter what the actual effects are, the fact of the matter is they saw you running away, and that's what they're going to see. That's what people are going to take from the situation. You know those stereotypes, like what that's going to do. You have to know that's what that's going to do. You have to know that. So I don't know why people are surprised, no matter what the facts of the case are. I don't know why people are really surprised about that. A black man, a young black man stabs a young white man at a track meet, and he's running. Like that's all that's needed. That's literally all that's needed. You ran from the scene, boom, you're guilty. That was the guilty verdict right there. You didn't even have to go to trial. That everybody knew that's a slam dunk. That was a basketball. The knife was the basketball, and him running was the net. All they had to do was just dunk it right in there. That's it. I hate to say it, but that's it. And now you got the race hustler who's gonna make all this money off of it, and it's just like nobody really cares about the life that was lost or the situation. People are just out here just making money, and it's just sad, man. So see y'all in the next video.